All right, eighth grade. Here's the first in a series of many um, notes that we will take for class, or at least recorded notes. So if you happen to be away from class and you need to get caught up, this is a good way of doing it by going to my YouTube channel and taking a look at the notes. All right, so here's what we have done so far with Chapter 3, 1.1, Colonizing Virginia. Okay, we have learned about the development of the Jamestown colony. And more specifically, as we go through Chapter 3, we're looking at some of these challenges of establishing the other 12 colonies. All right, Jamestown, which turns into Virginia, is one of the first of the 13. All right, so you'll need your textbook for this. All right, we did this in class. All right, and I want to show you what we were able um, to finish. Take a look. All right, so once you get here, okay, you know to go to NatGeo, or you can open up your textbook if you're at home, pages 92 to 93. And we looked at the three problems. I think that was the success criteria. Let me bring that up. All right. So for chapter 3, 1.1, we were looking at students who will be able to analyze the cause and effect of the development of Jamestown by identifying three problems that made it difficult for settlers to survive. And so that's what we did. Okay. And the three problems were starvation, their relationship with the Native Americans, the battles and wars, and disease, fighting off disease. So if you click on founding Jamestown and you go to the third paragraph here where we start highlighting, we highlighted some of these details, cause and effect details. Okay. And I'll show you that in just a moment on our notes. And what you really want to do is go through here and find out, well, what caused starvation for the colonists and what were the results of starvation? What caused some of the um, battles and the unrest with the Native Americans right here in the third paragraph? And what were the results? And and then also here in this third paragraph, the malaria. What did malaria do? How was it caused? How did settlers how were settlers affected? Okay, what were the causes and what were the results? Okay, cause and effect. All right, then we started our notes. Okay, remember these notes are for you, but they should follow district expectations and school expectations for notes. Okay, it should have thinking maps on it, but personalize them and make them yours. So we just looked at that, and when we took notes, we highlighted those parts in founding Jamestown. Okay, and so here is where you put those notes. Now, number one, we're trying to answer this question with our research because we're trying to think like a historian. What obstacles did colonists overcome, and how did they survive the new settlements? So we identified those three problems. They were in our main idea, and we wrote them here. And if you need to, pause and rewind, make sure you go back and look at those highlights and look at things that you can put in here because, as you can see, your thinking map should explain the causes and effects of these obstacles. All right. And then you put in your conclusion. And so now you pause here and write two or three sentences that, summarize your reading and your notes. And so I've given you a sentence starter here. The colonists overcame at least three obstacles, and then you would explain briefly those three obstacles and maybe a few effects of those three obstacles. Okay, so you were given time to work with your to work on this. Okay, either with your table or individually. And now you need to make your thinking map. Okay. And because we are analyzing cause and effect, we need a multi flow thinking map similar to this. Now, I put a copy of this in OneNote, okay, in your class note folder, or you can use Google Draw and make these boxes and type in them, or you can just put it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it. Just make sure you send me something that I can read, because if I can't read it, won't be graded. Now, here's how you set up. This is what I sent you, just a template in OneNote. Okay, so again, go to OneNote. Number one, make sure that you join the class OneNote in Schoology. You go to OneNote, and then you click on your name on the left hand side, and then find your class notes folder, and you should see something like this. Now, I didn't send it to you with this text, so you won't see that. But you may want to pause here and type these things down. This is the event. Okay, the struggles and problems of the first permanent colony here in North America. Okay, and so when you look at this, think of this as rows. Okay, row one, row two, row three. Okay, we won't need this fourth row. So let's see. There we go. We'll get rid of that. And so you should have Jamestown problems, starvation. So, what were the causes? What caused the starvation according to the textbook? Start with paragraph 3 under founding Jamestown. And then, what were some of the results? War. You know that the settlers were often battling with the Native Americans there. First, they found peace, and then they were at war with them. Okay, what caused that? And then, what were the effects? Okay, also include here how, Pocahontas and John Smith got involved to help. And we should also see something here about how John Smith helped the settlers learn a new skill. And then finally, disease. Okay, the settlers picked up malaria. Now, what caused that? Okay, the book is very, very brief on it. Okay, so I don't expect a big long answer here. What caused that? What were the results? All right. So this will be due this coming Friday. So make sure that or I should say, this will be due at the end of the week. Okay. Reach out to me on Schoology if you have any questions.